The downfall of the quartering has continued. I didn't think it could get any worse, but a second Willie Mac show video has hit the quartering. And I've only watched a little bit of it. It came out right before I went live, so I had a little time to watch a little chunk of it before stream. But I did not watch much. And I've saved it so that I can watch it with you lovely folks, and we can see a little bit of an update on the downfall of the quartering, because he's gone into full meltdown mode. And we really don't like that guy, so it's funny. Anyway, folks, without much further ado, let's just dive straight into it. Willie Mac is going to give us some good slop. Not that his content is bad or anything, it's just, you know, like drama slop. Like, feed me my drama slop. I want it. I'm hungry for it.
Guess who I am thinking of? Who is a bigger content thief than Sniper Wolf, more of a false flagger than Mundane Matt, a faker victim than Jesse Smollett, and has been banned from his local Renaissance fair for creeping on women and children. The only person who fits that description is Jeremy Hambley, aka thequartering.
But I mean, I'm definitely gonna pleasure myself to this picture later. So joke's on you.
Like, the quartering will never beat the allegations that men who are, like, really angry and hateful towards a particular woman don't want to fuck them. He'll never beat those allegations that he has a hate boner for these figures, a literal hate boner.
Joke's on you.
Mere hours after I posted my last video, Jeremy would claim that he was being deplatformed, targeted with false flags by his critics. Every live stream I have ever done has now disappeared from YouTube. I'm sure it's totally not false flaggers and just a coincidence, but please take a moment to create a Rumble account and follow thequartering there. But he's just
Okay, let me tell you this. If YouTube did something that led to all of your live stream VODs you've ever done in your channel getting taken down overnight, your channel would be taken down altogether. Because, like the only thing that could do that would be things that put a strike on your channel. So if every VOD in your channel got striked down overnight, your channel would be, like, beyond gone. There would be no salvation for it. So he's lying. You know, just from a YouTuber to you guys, just explaining how the system works, he's lying. Willie Mac knows he's lying. I know he's lying. Every YouTuber knows thequartering is lying on this one.
Here. Jeremy is taking down his own live streams and is pretending he's being targeted. We know this because when you visit links to his removed streams, it says, "This video has been removed by the uploader." He's claiming he's being censored to garner sympathy. I couldn't think of something more pathetic.
This is what I'm talking about when I say so many of these big public figures have dirt on them that just hasn't broken containment. You know, like at the end of the day, like, most of these big public figures have something that if it ever broke containment like this, it would be catastrophic career-ending type shit. A lot of these big figures, and thequartering had a big handful of things like that he'd managed to keep buried and kept from breaking containment. And now everybody's talking about this stuff, digging through his upload history and whatnot, and now there's no escaping it. He's trying desperately to take down all of his, like, VODs so people can't find more of the things that he's managed to keep buried. But now it's finally coming to light. After years of me pointing these things out, they're finally coming to light. I gotta say, it feels very nice. It feels very nice to finally see happen. But make no mistake, there are countless other creators in a similar spot to where thequartering was just over a month ago before this drama started, where, you know, all this stuff was sitting right there for people to see, and it just took the will for people to get mad at the figure because they did something or said something for that stuff to actually get traction. Think about the with Mr. Beast, right? Remember how Mr. Beast for years and years had those videos up on his channel where he has the lolicon artists' work up in the background of his videos, and the only time it ever came up and became relevant drama was when the discourse started over Mr. Beast having a trans friend. Despite years of those videos being up on his channel and having millions and millions of views, the internet basically didn't touch the subject, didn't broach the subject until Mr. Beast dared to have a trans friend. Then everybody brought it up. Like, that's what I mean when I say, like, stuff gets buried, like, collectively forgotten or just collectively ignored. And it just stopped with thequartering. Like, his luck ran out.
Channel he says was terminated just so happens to be an inactive podcast channel where people were finding clips of Jeremy bad-mouthing his wife.
The guy at work who claimed that vegan vag didn't smell. Well, I can tell you this. My wife has
This
been a
clip.
vegetarian. You can tell the difference.
But if this channel was actually terminated by YouTube, that would mean Jeremy's YouTube career is over, because every channel Jeremy's still uploading to would be in violation of ban evasion. The exact same thing he got Kino Casino banned for. Jeremy's podcast channel instead says, this channel is not available. Why? Because Jeremy deleted it himself so he could hide more embarrassing clips. This also simultaneously allows him to play the victim. He's tweeting, this is obviously because of mass flagging from the very people who claim to be against it. These losers never cared about free speech. They are worse than anything they ever accused anyone else of. His live stream co-host is gassing him up. These are the supposed good guys, they say. At this point, I thought there was maybe a one.
Oh, that's why Melanie Mack and the Quartering are so close. They run a podcast together. I was wondering why she threw herself onto like the bloody spears and swords of the internet for the Quartering of all people. I guess because they're podcast hosts. Yeah, Melanie Mack completely destroyed herself for him, by the way. Like, she's cooked now.
1% chance Jeremy was telling the truth, so I asked him to show the email that YouTube sends you when they delete one of your videos, give you a strike, or remove your channel. Jeremy never shows it because it didn't happen. What does happen is Jeremy's former podcast co-host came out and exposed that Jeremy deleted the channel, saying Jeremy just deleted all of the Tism podcast channel, which he hosted with Dankula and myself. Not privated, not unlisted, deleted without so much of a heads up to his co-host. He then shows that Jeremy came to him and tried to lie about the channel getting banned. Jeremy said, looks like the channel is gone, but Bearing also had access to the channel so he could see that the channel had no strikes on it. Bearing then leaks his DMs with Jeremy, and it's Jeremy saying he's going to strike more people. Jeremy's crying because he feels all betrayed that Bearing isn't siding with him. Then Jeremy says, now I get to embrace the villain character, which is much easier. Now I'm going to do all this shit.
The chuds, the other chuds are eating the Quartering. Man, who remembers who Bearing is these days on the left? Because he's not very, like, he's not very on the aggro with his political stuff anymore, so I don't know how many of you guys would know about him, but he used to make very incendiary content back in 2016, 2017, 2018, that era. And he was big in Gamergate too, like back in Gamergate. And he just made like pretty standard anti-SJW content, but he's Australian, which means to be like a right-wing chud Australian, it usually comes with some even weirder things too. So yeah, he was weirdly far right in some areas, and I think it was mostly a product of him being an Australian chud. I don't know why, but the Aussie chuds are something else, bro. They're something else.
People accuse me of, because it literally doesn't matter. Bearing asks, are you saying you're going to flag channels? Jeremy replies, yeah, I'm flagging everyone. I'm calling my rep. Everyone is getting banned. Everyone is cooked. I could ban anyone I want. It's on. Jeremy's always doing this thing where he's like, I'm not doing what you're accusing me of, but now I have no choice. Now I am going to be the bad guy. Jeremy, you've sent the same threat 3 times over the past month, and every time more people end up getting banned. We're supposed to believe that it's not you doing it? Get out of here, man. Does Jeremy look like a man with self-restraint?
Look how fucking awesome I look, guys. I mean, seriously. Could I look more fucking epic?
Nobody is.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, chat. I think they should have cast him as Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. I mean, look at him. If this does not scream Bloodline of Numenor to you, like, oh man, you must... Like, this is a man with the blood of Numenor in him. You know, look at him. What a specimen. What a genuine specimen.
Never looked less awesome. Why does it look like you're wearing hand-me-down? He's fat and his clothes still look too big for him. At this point, the state of Jeremy's lie is out of control. He's claiming that he's banned off Rumble and BitChute. These are YouTube alternative sites where the whole point is that they are free speech platforms. He'd be like the first creator ever to get banned off one of these platforms. So the CEO of BitChute chimed in and said the channel has been set to hidden. He can just unhide it again. Let me know if I can help. At this point, it's like,
damn, when you've got the CEO of the platform ratting you out, that's crazy.
Okay, you've been caught, Jeremy. It's time to own up. He does it. He tries to pin it all on his editor. Just got home after an amazing Brewers win. Hold on. So Jeremy has been at
that's my favorite thing, by the way. The Quartering has done this going back to when he dodged the debate he was supposed to do with me. And when I say supposed to, I mean he agreed to do it. He agreed to do it. He verbally agreed to do it. So he was supposed to do it. He dodged it. And his way of dodging it was to say he was like too busy doing, I forget what he was doing that was like, yeah, I was out doing something with friends. This thing that's made to make him sound cool, like he has a social life and gets out and does stuff. To, you know, you're irrelevant, yada yada. And then he blew off the debate. I've noticed he does that every single time he gets called out. Is he finds a way to like to say, "Oh, sorry, I don't have time for you. I'm out getting pizza with my friends or something." But meanwhile, when this guy gets drunk and he's on his stream playing Fall Guys, he's talking about how his wife's out getting pizza without him. When he's drunk tweeting, he's talking about how his wife is getting driven home by another man and that he's at home playing video games. It's like, okay. Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. You're definitely not just trying to make it sound like you've got shit going on.
A baseball game while he's making all these tweets about being censored and targeted. Dude, it's 2 a.m. and this is what you're doing? How sad. I had my editor delete the live streams because...
There you go. That's a good piece of evidence for how likely it is that he's probably just bluffing all this shit because he's tweeting at 2 a.m. He's clearly not got that much going on.
Because they were dragging down the channel. Lost in the Mix was an old podcast from 2 years ago. Jeremy's been deleting content across all of his social media. He deleted 82 live streams just on his main channel. He's not deleting them because they're dragging down his channel, whatever that means. He's deleting them because people are exposing how much of a creep he is. Jeremy would finally admit it. People were using 10-year-old streams to try and ruin my life. And so I said delete them all. I wasn't clear about the podcast channel. That's on me. So he's finally...
Has his wife ever been confirmed to exist? I think so, but also the ways that he brings up his wife are like so genuinely embarrassing, and he lacks so much self-awareness when he tells these stories that I feel like there's no way he could be making them up to try and sound cool.
Owning up to the lie after like 6 hours of tweeting, but instead of saying I'm sorry, he's posting a mean comment of someone telling him to end it all with booze. After an entire day, the comment only had 4 likes. This guy wants to be a victim so bad, he wants everyone to baby him. Oh, poor Jeremy, he got a mean comment from the Jolly. The reason this drama's gotten so big is because Jeremy's made a career off of being against creators striking each other's channels. There was a guy named Mundane Matt who was striking down videos that were critical.
It's just the number one thing you don't do. Like up there with like plagiarism and fault, like anything that like really is just nonpartisanly seen as just shitty, you know? Like I'd say that like the 3 big things you just can't do as a creator and play off as a joke and get away with if it like breaks containment and gets a lot of attention is pedophilia, plagiarism, and copyright abuse. Or just takedown or abuse of the takedown system in any way. Like those 3 things, there is no like excuse. There's no like, I'm joking. It's just a character. It's just my, you just disagree with my politics or whatever. There's no like, you can't make excuses for those things. It's just everybody hates you. Like everybody hates you once you do those things. Those are like the cardinal sins. That's what people tend to call them.
Jeremy had tough words for Matt.
I'm not angry about it. I don't get mad about things on the internet, regardless of what my detractors might say about me from time to time.
Fast forward to today, and Jeremy's deleted his entire Twitter account because he can't stop lying and lashing out at people. He's turned off comments on his community posts.
Matt Mundane got caught flagging down people's videos who were critical of him. And his response was simply, I was in a bad headspace, which was just brutal.
This video is Jeremy looking into a crystal ball and seeing his future.
Never said I was his friend. Imagine keeping a friend that would copyright flag other YouTubers.
Today, Jeremy is crying that Bearing is throwing away his friendship due to Jeremy striking channels. LOL, hope 60...
The irony is wild. It is really wild.
60k views was worth it. 10 years of friendship equals 60k views.
It was like, dude, how have you not apologized for this? You're a YouTuber. Like, flagging down other YouTuber videos is like the cardinal sin among creators. You just don't do it. And if you do, you become like a pariah, a leper. That will always follow you around forever.
Jeremy is worse than Mundane Matt in every way because both of them struck down videos that were critical of them, but only Jeremy acted like a victim by pretending he was getting struck down.
You're not interested in doing better. You're not interested in changing anything. You're not interested in atoning for the things that you've done on YouTube. And I'm not sure that...
Why the fuck does he wear a Bob Ross cap, by the way? Like, everything about the Quartering's brand would make Bob Ross want to throw the fuck up. Like, Bob Ross is a man whose entire worldview was colored by his time being a hard-ass, like, I think he was like either a drill sergeant or like a commander or something in the Navy or something like he was in the military, and he was like a hard-ass screaming like, do this, do that, or you're going to be in some kind of trouble. You're going to have to do push-ups for me type guy. And then when he like retired from that, he got into art and painting, and kind of like made a point to be very like soft-spoken and calm, after a whole career of being very like, high-strung and yelling and being like very over the top, being in the military. So yeah, I just don't feel like Bob Ross would vibe with like the hatred-based ideology of the quartering, when Bob Ross was about like appreciating nature and like took appreciation in the idea of a cloud having a friend with another cloud, right? Like the quartering I guarantee you, if you sat the quartering down in front of a single like 25-minute segment of Bob Ross, is usually how long they tend to be, 25 minutes, he would not be able to watch the whole thing. Guaranteed.
Anyone even really wants to forgive you. This isn't for you anymore. I don't see redemption arc here because you're unwilling to redeem yourself. You're unwilling to get back to work.
Old Jeremy would have torn new Jeremy apart.
When I bring both balls, one to the left and one to the right, meet in the middle, a testicle fight.
Now, I don't want people to get the wrong idea and think that, oh wow, Jeremy sure has changed for the worst. He hasn't. He's always been this way. He has a long history of pretending to get attacked and canceled. A few years ago, Jeremy was going after Black Rifle Coffee because the CEO said he didn't like the Proud Boys.
Black Rifle Coffee simply made one of the most boneheaded decisions I've ever seen. The bad behavior really makes me mad. Hafer said, I hate Proud Boy-ish people. Like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base. This is like so...
That's actually really surprising. The Black Rifle Coffee people behind the scenes. You would expect like, oh, secret DMs leak of the Black Rifle Coffee people behind the scenes. And it's like they're spamming the N-word and talking about loving Hitler. No, they're like, man, we like having our like conservative, like, man coded coffee brand, but like these Proud Boy type people, I would literally pay for them to no longer be part of our customer base. Is not the kind of sentiment I would expect to get leaked from their private DMs. Wait, Black Rifle Coffee people are based? One thing I will say is the CEO of Black Rifle Coffee, I've seen him on some podcasts, and he's never come off as like a crazy right-wing lunatic. Like culture war right-wing stuff will come up and he just won't really like care to talk about it or like engage with the conversation. Like he just doesn't give a shit about it. So like maybe the brand is just meant to be like, do you like, minimalist aesthetics and, guns and man shit? Do you like your coffee with a side of 9mm rounds? Like this is the coffee for you, but they aren't necessarily trying to attract Nazis. I guess that's the case.
Like, we've read this before from woke companies.
So Jeremy's canceling this company for being too political. He then questions why anyone would order coffee online and not just go to their local roaster.
You can get coffee anywhere. I doubt there's anything particularly interesting about their brand of coffee. You probably have...
Oh my god. You can see the idea of his coffee brand coffee business scam like sprouting in his head as he complains. You can see the idea sprouting.
Coffee roast locally.
Less than a year later, Jeremy conveniently launches his own coffee company. Nobody watches this video because who cares?
And keep in mind, by the way, look at his branding.
Later, Jeremy conveniently launches his own
coffee brand coffee. If you've ever seen the Black Rifle Coffee brand and aesthetic, tell me he's not aping it at least a little. The black and white, hyper minimalist aesthetic. Like, it's not exactly the same, but he's definitely just gone and seen the success of Black Rifle Coffee and said, wait, I can do this for a quick buck, and then just did it for a quick buck.
Company. Nobody watches this video because who cares? So a couple days later, Jeremy makes a video, my coffee company is under attack.
That's right, doom and gloom for coffee brand coffee. After all of my happiness earlier in the week, disaster at the coffee brand coffee factory.
Oh no, somebody must have attacked Jeremy's facility, burned it down like that Amazon warehouse. Well, actually nothing happened. Seriously, if you watch the video, it is a fake clickbait title to fool people into watching Jeremy shill his coffee.
Disaster at the coffee brand coffee factory. Not really, just a huge thank you to everyone who's supported, checked out the website, has shared it.
A couple more days passed, and now Jeremy's claiming journalists are slandering and making up lies about his coffee. Full articles written defaming Jeremy's coffee company. What actually happened was a local paper wrote a puff piece on Jeremy's coffee company, and then they started receiving messages from their readers claiming that Jeremy was racist, and that Jeremy was offended by someone saying they didn't like Hitler, which is true. They didn't slander his company. They didn't write anything negatively about him at all. They sent
Man, that tweet, by the way, is now lost media because he closed down his Twitter.
Claiming that Jeremy was racist and that Jeremy was offended by someone saying they didn't like Hitler, which is true.
Someone replied to someone else, fuck Hitler, and for some reason, I don't know why, the quartering quote tweeted it saying, And there we have it. Yikes. Who's Michael Wancino, or I guess is how you would pronounce it, Wancino? Who is this person? Like, what could the context be if it's not meant to be like, oh, yikes, he said Hitler is bad, that's not good, like a composer? Because I can't think of any interpretation of this quote tweet that isn't as bad as it looks. You know what I mean?
True. They didn't slander his company. They didn't write anything negatively about him at all. They sent a DM to him asking him about it. He's pretending his company is under attack, but the only coffee company that was canceled was Black Rifle Company, and that was by Jeremy. Jeremy's always pretending his channel is under attack. 8 years ago, my channel has been flagged.
Hey, I hope I never have to use this, but if you're watching it, that means that my account has, of course, been falsely flagged down, and now I can't upload for a while or maybe ever again on this channel.
He's lying. If that was true, you wouldn't have been able to upload this video. Jeremy never even shows that he has a warning strike, probably because he's making it up. He's using it to promote his second channel.
I've left a link in the description to my alternate channel.
I pointed out how shameless of a grifter he is for years, and I was always like, how does he get away with this? Like, I feel like if I did like half the shit he does, I would have been canceled into oblivion half a decade ago. And I guess the answer was he just kind of had a grace period. He was pushing the right politics and wasn't pissing off the right people, and he tripped. And eventually all the stuff that he's done, he couldn't get away with it anymore. But like, had he made the right choices, he could have continued to get away with all this stuff with no one calling him out for years and years and years, maybe till he retired.
Please subscribe there.
What he's describing here is ban evading, the same thing he snitched on Kino Casino for 6 years ago. YouTube is destroying my channel. I have proof.
Feeling defeated. I just to be honest with you all, I've been very, very stressed over the past week or two. We've defended channels that have been wrongfully terminated, and now I'm the one that needs help.
You want to know what the issue is here? Jeremy's getting less views than normal.
The second video, which should have done really well, 50,000. The third video, which should have done really well, 59,000. But in my opinion, my views are capped.
Just shut up. You have a direct YouTube contact. Look at how many videos Jeremy uploads acting like he's under attack by YouTube. Every time he's...
Yeah, you can't really brag about having like the direct contact with YouTube and being like, I could talk to one guy and get your channel taken down in a heartbeat. I don't even have to try, motherfucker. You can't go like, you can't be carrying that level of energy and then also play the I'm the victim, YouTube's attacking me thing, right? You know, either don't talk up how much power you have with your contacts at YouTube, or shut up when your contacts at YouTube can't help you, because you shouldn't have bragged about it, man. Like, of course people are going to dunk on you after you brag.
Starts off the video sighing, talking about how stressed he is.
I know a lot of you have been asking about my breathing, what's going on with that. It's from anxiety. And I've been having a lot of it lately.
And then he says the only way he could survive these attacks is if you buy whatever he's selling that day. Sometimes it's his coffee. This time Jeremy's having important health issues. What's actually happening?
Chad, I'm having an anxiety attack. The only way it can be cured is if you donate. Do it now.
Is his foot hurts, so he needs you to subscribe to his new live stream channel.
It was a really
Also, my hand hurts, so subscribe to the channel.
Really stressful July between, you know, my foot. I had Achilles tendonitis, then I had gout, and then I had anxiety. Could help out a lot if you tune in.
Okay, the gout is his own fault, but the tendonitis does sound like hell, I won't lie.
A new live stream channel called Quartering Live.
His story is always the most made-up, cran-munching thing you could think of. Like, here he's saying his YouTube is shadow banned.
I used to have Quarter Cast, and there was like 70,000 subscribers on there. But YouTube shadow banned it, which has also been giving me immense stress.
Jeremy, you're an unprincipled loser with a victim complex, and now you're dragging your co-host down with you. They're having to say absurd things like Jesus is pro-deplatforming, so it doesn't seem like Jeremy's a hypocrite.
JCD, does Jesus Christ support deplatforming? You know what? I guess Jesus Christ would support deplatforming people who did not adhere to the Bible. You know,
people who sacrifice children. Yeah, I'm sure he would deplatform people who sacrifice children to Moloch or something.
That's true. So yeah.
People are pointing out how hypocritical they look in their own videos, complaining about content theft.
Here you have, I mean, and this is a real problem that we see on YouTube right now. A lot. We see a lot of content thieves. We see a lot of just quick cash grab content. And especially we see a lot of quick cash grab content from other countries trying to get that American monetization. So
isn't Melanie Mac literally Canadian?
Here we have...
Why do conservative Canadians act like they're honorary Americans? Why do they do that? Why do conservative Canadians act like their politics just grant them a magical, like, imaginary American citizenship pass? They do that. They do that shit, unironically.
This thumbnail, and then as you can see, this one with, like, basically stolen thumbnail, right?
I see this and I'm like, who cares about a thumbnail? Jeremy's stealing entire YouTube videos. The only thing keeping Jeremy's channel afloat right now is YouTube Shorts, where he adds a pre-recorded intro and then plays a completely stolen video.
I think streaming was a mistake. Check this out.
Place.
This is all of his Shorts content. He adds nothing but an intro. I'm convinced he doesn't even watch the video.
Woman absolutely cooks the liberals. Check this out. Can't imagine what having zero privacy would be like, but this is a good example. Check this out.
This follows you everywhere.
Influencers need to go. This guy's 100% right. Check this out.
Check this out.
In one short, Jeremy must have some sort of editing error and accidentally plays a man with boobs. He never addresses this.
These people run our government? Yikes.
And then when he's done commentating, it starts playing an entirely different video.
Check this out.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used.
Was Jeremy jerking off to this? Why else would this be here? Who was that? What was that? It's proof that he doesn't even look at these before posting. It's worse than anything Sniper Wolf has ever done. He makes AI slop content look like Wes Anderson films. In one clip, the only thing he says is that Asians have an amazing talent.
Asians have the most random talents ever, but I'm here for it.
Like, keep in mind, by the way, the quartering's, like, biggest gotcha for years and years was just bragging about how wealthy he was. You know, like this has become more, funnily enough, this like has become a really common conservative like gotcha within like the creator sphere. But the quartering's like biggest gotcha was, well, yeah, libtard. Well, I make a lot of money. You know, I'm about to spend all my grift dollars to get a brand new pool. You know, and you're broke. So who's right now, libtard?
All right, check this out.
Of course he's a grifter.
Like, does he think that all Asians can do this? The most insulting part to me is just how shameless Jeremy is. He made an entire video saying that Ethan Klein was in the right to sue Denim, Sprogan, and Caseytron for stealing his content.
Hassan Piker is best known for being a moron, but outside of that, he's best known for his chair
Hassan,
reacts,
he's okay with it.
He takes somebody else's video and he plays it on a stream for tens of thousands of people while literally not reacting to it. It is straight up theft.
You were doing the same thing with your shorts. How unself-aware can you be?
She does this walk away and then leaves the video play uninterrupted on her live stream.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
She at least has the excuse of being live and needing to use the bathroom. Your videos are pre-recorded. Why are you not there? And the goal that...
Damn, when you've got like Willie Mac like low-key defending Frogan, it's crazy. Like, you know, at least she does have the excuse that she is streaming live and she's a human, has to use the bathroom. She could just not play the video, but still, you know, the quartering's doing something less defensible than her.
Jeremy has to make a fat joke.
Again, somebody that probably gets winded walking up and down the stairs.
Jeremy, just you speaking makes you winded.
It creates an anxiety spiral, which is usually when I get up and walk away from the live stream, if you're watching that.
Nobody is.
You know, and I hope that Hassan or that Ethan Klein takes it all the way. I hope, you know, he sues them for everything they had, because not because I hate their political views, but because they are literally destroying fair use.
The worst part about this is Jeremy's complaining about how exhausting it is for him to make all this shorts content.
Today is Saturday, May 2nd. I will spend the entire day making shorts for the next week. I hate it.
Why do you hate it? You don't do anything.
But you know what I don't hate? Is having having this opportunity to do what I do. So it's part of it.
He's bragging about making a living off of leeching other people's content.
When this content just gets stolen and freemiumed out while these Twitch creators profit from it, that's not fair use. So I have no problem with this lawsuit. I hope they all go broke, and they probably will.
I hope you get sued for this. This is not my fourth video on Jeremy.
It's literally just like 90% of conservative rhetoric these days is just, I hope you go broke.
If there's one thing I want people to take away, it's that Jeremy is everything he says he's against. He says he's against deplatforming as he does it to his critics. He sides with Ethan against content theft while he's stealing all of these creators' TikTok. He says he's against cancel culture as he cancels coffee companies while simultaneously launching his own, fulfilling the exact same niche of being the conservative coffee brand. He's a complete fraud who's being destroyed by his own ego. He turned
Oh, don't forget, by the way, he also hates broke people, and he's about to be broke. So that's yet another contradiction that he's about to be living up to. Just thought I'd point that one out.
Kino Casino from the guys that Ian named one time into the biggest stream on Kick last night. For most people, doing just one of these things turns you into a lolcow. Jeremy is doing all of these things. He's not going for lolcow of the year. He's winning lolcow of the decade. Great work, Jeremy. If you enjoyed the video,
that makes me very happy. Listen, let it be known that since 2019, I have been doing fairly regular response videos to the quartering and calling him out on all this bullshit. Now, there's some things that haven't even seen the light of day from the recent takedowns. Like, the most severe clip has yet to really break containment. Maybe I should, like, message Willie Mac. Let me see if I can find this clip. Yeah, this clip right here. This clip needs to, like, fully break containment, man. It really does.
Activities when they bring in their PC to tech support. Yeah, I've never seen this before. I wanted to share with you guys because this is really messed up. Let's watch.
It's more of a public service announcement than anything else. At the office this week, we had a situation where one of the techs came across some pictures on a customer's computer that were of the child pornography variety. I don't really know if there's any tack way to put that, but the customer was reported and subsequently arrested, I believe, is last that I heard. And is even more serious. However, I've never known a tech in my life that ever took anything other than like videos or music off computer.
I mean, unless you bring it in for them, like, hey, I guess you need to take them off. I mean,
see the rest of the clip. Come on.
Do with that.
Computers, but the point of this video is just to remind people that, you know, as techs, we read your emails, so to speak. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it happens. So if you have things that you don't want computer techs to see, you know, you should delete them or rename them that you don't want techs to look at. You know, maybe change the folder name when you take it in if you can, or, you know, I'm not condoning it. I don't think
put it in a folder called taxes.
It's necessarily right. I believe it's an invasion of privacy, but and that's really why, you know, I don't really.
I know a streamer who is famous for doing that.
Do it anymore, but I certainly did back in the day, and you know, there's not a tech in the business out there right now that doesn't do it. It happens. So if you have these sorts of things, remember that computer techs do look at other things on your computer. It's sometimes it's by accident, sometimes it's by curiosity, but just keep.
So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think if that clip of the quartering issuing out a warning to his fellow pedophiles on how to hide their material on their computers, if that clip breaks containment, I think that will truly be the end for him. So make sure you find this clip and, you know, spread it around. Spread it around. It's a good clip to spread around. Maybe I'll message Willie Mac the clip. You know, I feel like that'd be pretty based. That'd be pretty goated of me to do, honestly. I'd be pretty goated for that. Anyway, I think that's everything.